Hey, yo. AJ. What's up with your boy Charlamagne?
Oh, perfect. It isn't.
He is one grifting ass nigga. I don't understand the boot licking that this nigga be doing whenever he gets on Brilliant Idiots with Schultz. Cause it's crazy. 1 minute he's on the radio, all hot, talking about Trump is a fascist and all that. You know the talk, the rhetoric he got going on about Trump. But then he gets on Brilliant Idiots and he just does all this boot licking like,
Do you hear Charlamagne in the background?
why should we be mad at Trump?
He just heard.
And he's playing it how politics should be played. Like, I don't understand Charlamagne's like stance on any of this shit. He is one grifting ass nigga.
He has no stance.
And I don't understand it. And I know you're probably connected, so please reach out to him, man. See what's up, because he just be talking. He really just be talking. And when he gets with Schultz, I don't know, man. He just really got some bootlicking shit going on. It's fucking crazy.
What did he do this week that has y'all pissed? This
is stuff he was talking about.
It is, but I mean,
all
y'all
he did was go on a podcast and say that Donald Trump is better at playing the optics of politics better than the Democrats for real.
Yeah.
But that's two people.
The past 2 weeks, though, it's kind of been like the same recurring conversation of, you know, just like him saying like, hey, Trump did this kind of good, you know, or fucking.
I didn't even lead the
You think
charge
that's
on this.
grifting? Or you think that's just being intellectually honest?
I think Charlamagne has so many inconsistencies within his points, and in being a moderate, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that, just as much as being a Democrat or even a Republican. And like,
What do you mean there's responsibility?
there's a responsibility of like staying within your moderate points. And you know, sometimes Charlamagne, a lot of the times during that whole election cycle, you know, he was just, you know, gearing to one side a little bit more to the other.
But if you're truly a moderate, don't you advocate for both points at a certain time?
But I think that is the argument.
Like that's the
I
whole
think
point of being a moderate, is that like there's some shit on that side you agree with and some shit on that side you agree with.
My bad, real quick, I'm gonna let you go. But Charlamagne never puts on like his "this is just for content" hat. Like, it's hard to tell like what he's doing to just fuck around, because he's still doing that despite like how professional he looks in front of the camera. Like, he's still playing the game and whatnot. And it's just sometimes he'll get in moments where he's having a conversation that he doesn't have like an emotional connection to. So he's able to kind of, you know, just say like, fucking.
Do you consider yourself a grifter?
Nah, I've been pretty consistent.
Nah, you've been kind of the opposite of consistent.
Yeah,
He's kind of been consistent
on certain.
Throughout this whole process, I haven't changed.
Before I leave the point, I was going to say, I think the point, like, because everybody clearly has watched more Charlamagne political commentary than I have, but the point everybody keeps drawing back to is the whole fascist thing and how often he says that. So it's like, I think the conversation they're having on Brilliant Idiots right now is annoying to them because of you not giving him this kind of leeway during the presidency time. Like, you're not being this fair at that moment either.
But you guys
now
keep
you're being
ignoring
fair
the fact,
automatically.
You keep ignoring the fact that he isn't saying that he doesn't think that Trump is a fascist anymore. He's talking about the Democrats that campaigned for months saying that this nigga was Hitler, and now all of a sudden all this shit is over. And their energy changed. He's saying these niggas are keying after calling this nigga a fascist for months, and now Obama is at the inauguration making little one-liners with the nigga after going so hard against him.
But he also did the same thing.
That's what
but he isn't changing.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. He also did the same thing, campaigned hard, and then now completely switched up. And then is also disassociated himself with all the other people that went hard.
How is it?
As if he was never there. He was never with them.
But what is
he literally on the, I can't remember, it was like the first 15 or 20 minutes of the Brit Idiot episode, the last one.
Yeah.
He was like I couldn't believe how he was like trying to, he said it. He was like, and I remember because he was like, he paused before he said it. He was like, yeah, you know, like people will run around and call him a fascist. It's like, nigga, you. Like, why did you just say it like that? Like, you weren't the one.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
That said it.
I think Donald Trump is a fascist who does not care about democracy in any way, shape, or form.
So you think it would be dangerous for the country if he were to get back on the White House?
I think that's an understatement. You know, and I think that's also the pickle that we as American people are in, right? I think that is 3 options in 2024. You know?
That's crazy, bro.
We can't even take himself serious.
That's what I'm saying.
He can't even take himself serious.
This is crazy, bro.
Now, and so where's
And
the
now I wish I could found that
Yeah.
brilliant idiot section, like to put it right after.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, my
But
nigga.
the thing is, and we
That's
should
embarrassing.
try to find it because nothing that he's saying today is contrary to what he just said in this clip. All he's saying now is
No,
that
I'll try to find it 'cause it is
that
different.
Trump is better at the optics of politics than the Democrats are. These niggas don't know how to control the narrative.
My biggest
Yes,
issue is
you're right. Those 2 points have nothing to do with each other.
What are you
Like,
talking about?
In terms of like Charlamagne being right about that. Like to what you're saying, like that has nothing to do with the hypocrisy of him stating that him trying to separate himself from a group that was doing what he was doing.
But he is separate from that group because
Go to
he's
the
not a
chapters.
politician.
Yeah.
He's talking about all these niggas in politics that campaigned for months saying that this nigga was a fascist. And now that they lost, they're acting like none of that shit ever happened.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
It's
got
the-
what you're saying, but should we
I think it's a
hold?
good one.
Should he not be held to some type of standard close to them, just because he's not a politician?
obviously
And
no.
now, where is the clip where he's saying something different than what he
He
said
says,
months
he's talking
ago?
about Obama being.
That's what
He's
you're
not.
arguing.
Go
There
to the
is
beginning
no
of
clip
that.
of him
Okay.
saying, yo,
That's
Trump
what
isn't
you're
a
arguing.
fascist
Right?
anymore. That isn't happening.
the 40 clip.
Yeah, the Obama. Yeah,
The
that's what I
nigga
meant,
said
that's what I
he's
meant,
great
that's what I meant.
at politics,
I'll play.
which is something he's always said.
When you
Okay,
call,
can
I
we
don't think
just
niggas are
listen?
really listening for real.
okay, real quick, calling somebody a fascist,
And he's not. He's definitely not listening. Look at
Yeah,
this
that's
guy.
crazy.
You're compromised though. You couldn't
calling
listen.
somebody.
I'm literally, I'm not even doing none of it actually. Like the last 2 office hours we had are doing it for me.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Calling
I'm not
somebody a
doing
fascist,
nothing.
though.
And I'm listening to you respond to them.
You
at
ain't
this
listening
point.
to shit.
I am. And then we just,
It's
it's
extreme.
crazy.
Calling somebody a fascist, though,
And then keep
is
keying with the nigga after.
no. But if Charlamagne calling him a fascist is extreme, no matter if he's a politician, even giving a nigga a compliment that's a fascist. Like,
know how to do it.
Would you?
So
What's
don't
the
play this clip.
What's the cutoff
We're gonna play it, but I'm
of giving a nigga a compliment?
I know how to find
What do you
it
mean?
faster.
Like Karl Malone, no NBA player speaks good on him anymore because of his That's not true.
Voluntarily.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of niggas speaking good on
Yeah,
him.
there's a plenty of
But would you give Karl Malone credit after all that that's come out? Like,
well, regardless of what he's done outside of basketball,
not trying to put pedophilia with
yeah, but I mean,
fascism, but it
those
could be the
are
same.
two different.
It could be the same type
they're
of
not
bad.
necessarily equal, but even if you're a horrible person, that doesn't make you bad at basketball all of a sudden. So yeah, Karl Malone was still great at basketball, and off the court, he dribbled balls that were entirely too young, which is fucked up, and both are true.
Using them boys.
Well, nah,
I thought
well,
he was
nah.
underage girls. I think.
Underage girls, I think. I
Yeah.
think he got like a 13-year-old girl pregnant.
Yeah, and they swept it.
Allegedly,
Like the
so.
NBA helped sweep it under the rug and everything too.
Yeah, but he still averaged 10 rebounds a game. You can't take them stats away.
You can't take those stats away.
now
But
what
10
is this
rebounds a
collective-
game, is that really hard?
No, that's pretty good.
For one individual player, yeah.
Yeah, that's
For
pretty
you
great.
doing that means you're being pretty active.
Trying to figure out if I was to be
But no-
in the
but
league, what
nobody's-
would I try to excel at? Rebounding seems like a pretty decent
if
choice.
Oh no, you seem like a great screen setter.
there's
That
no,
too, possibly.
Average 15.
but he's reached the point where giving him a compliment. Granted, the situations are a little bit different because Charlamagne called Trump a fascist. It's not like it's a little bit different.
Now is calling somebody can you call somebody a fascist? Can they be a fascist and can they also be good at optics politically?
I just think
Can
that's
those things both be true in the same person?
Both things can be
You
true.
have
I just
to be
feel
good
like
at politics to become a fascist, nigga. You rose to power somehow.
I just feel like being a fascist.
How do I spell fascist?
FA,
ASC or CS?
I think CS, and then you got to figure the rest out
CSIST.
on your own.
Let me get a Google on that real quick.
Just be wrong.
FASCIST.
FASCIST.
I knew it.
You ain't say nothing. Speak up next time, nigga.
Yeah.
Was you nervous?
Yeah.
You didn't believe in yourself?
Not really.
Go to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. transcript feature on YouTube. Gotta start using it more often. It's fantastic.
You can control F that shit.
Control F the word. Yep.
Yeah.
That's smooth.
And go right to it.
What'd you look for, fascist?
I just searched the word fascist. Yep.
There's zero chance he does a good job.
Well, how about this? This is the last
So
piece.
Trump does a good job. It's Chris's fault.
Well, the last piece.
That's what he just said.
The
No,
last
not fault. I get the credit.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris's
how about this? The
credit.
last piece
Now
I
you
did.
get
On
it.
the last piece I did on the Daily Show, I was like, "Yo, he should prove all his political opponents wrong." Right? Like
Right.
if all of these people, which we don't even believe anymore, but all these people call him a fascist and
Yes.
a threat to democracy
Yes.
and liking them to Hitler and all of
Yes.
this other stuff. If just
Play
prove
the
them
other
wrong.
clip. Play the other clip real quick.
Hit the 10 seconds. Wait, no, hit the 10 seconds again. Let's run that back.
Play
and
the
then
other clip real quick.
Hit the 10 seconds. Run it back.
Even believe anymore, but all these people call him a fascist and
Yes.
a threat to democracy
Yes.
and liking them to Hitler and all of this other stuff.
Go back 20
If-
seconds.
Yeah, keep going.
So I can hear how long it took him to get that out.
Chris's fault.
Well, the last
That's what he just said.
the
No,
last
not
pi-
fault. I get the credit.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris's
how about this?
credit.
The last piece
Now
I
you
did
get
on
it.
the last piece I did on the Daily Show, I was like, "Yo, he should prove all his political opponents wrong." Right? Like
Right.
if all of these people, which we don't even believe anymore, but all these people call him a fascist and
Yes.
a threat to democracy
Yes.
and liking them to Hitler and all of
Yes.
this other stuff.
We don't even believe anymore.
If just prove
We
them
don't
wrong.
believe in them
That's it.
anymore.
No,
Run
no,
it
no,
back.
that's not what he said.
Run it back.
Wrong, right? Like if all of these people, which we don't even believe anymore, but all these people call
We don't believe anymore.
We
Not
don't
believe them.
believe them anymore.
He didn't say
He's
believe them.
saying
He said we don't
doesn't
believe.
in their political
Believe.
opponents.
He didn't say that.
He didn't. He's saying
He said
that we don't believe them anymore because they bullshit. They like a
AJ.
nigga like Obama, a nigga like
Play that
Obama
other- play that other
who
clip real
went
quick.
hard and called the nigga Hitler and then sat next to him and started joking with him.
It's-
We don't believe them
Wait, real
anymore.
quick before you play the clip. Is fascism not calling somebody Hitler? I thought that's just
I
been.
feel like it is, yeah.
It just
It's the
in
same thing.
terms of the context
They're
of
two
when,
different things.
when Trump is brought up, though, fascism, Hitler, they're connected.
Two of those things he
We
just
connect those.
talked about, he said in this. He said a threat to democracy as well.
I don't. Did y'all not hear the
Which is
part
what
where he was
Hitler
talking
did.
about his political opponents? Does that not matter?
He excluded himself from that whole thing.
Because he's not Trump's political opponent.
he didn't.
Which is and they're saying that that's his sneaky way of escaping accountability.
They're not saying that. You just said that.
I
for
did
them.
that's
just
what
say
that's
it.
what everybody's been saying.
That's what everybody's alluding
Thank
to.
God you just
Oh
threw
my
them
But
in
is
the
he not
booth.
doing it?
All these people. Nigga, what? Can you just tell us what you want to say? Like, what was all that shit?
And is this the only time he's done this? Charlamagne?
He does it every time he brings it up now. Literally, ever since the election, that's how he talks about it.
But no, in regards to how many times has he called him a fascist?
Oh, man, we could put a compilation together. It's
we
beautiful.
probably could, but okay.
Well, this one's pretty good. We should watch this one.
yeah. We've
What do you
only
think of
watched-
Donald Trump?
I think Donald Trump is a fascist who does not care about democracy in any way, shape, or form.
So you think it would be dangerous for the country if he were to get back in the White House?
I think that's an understatement. You know, and I think that's also the pickle that we as American people are in, right? I think
Go back
there's
to that.
three options in 2024. You have
Please go
I
back
want
to
to
that.
name the episode.
that
It's
we
the
as
pickle.
American people are in, right? I think that is three options in
Oh,
2024.
he said it right there. My fault.
I think that's an understatement. You know, and I think that's also the pickle that
I
we
love
as
that
American
shit.
people are in, right? I think that is
it
three
the
options
pickle.
in 2024. You have Donald Trump, who's the criminal.
pause. I don't
You
know.
have
This shit is amazing. But no, I think you guys really need to work on your comprehension. Just a little bit.
I'm not even fighting for nothing. I'm just
Just a little bit.
adding
He was
context.
literally talking, like, context matters. He said his political opponents.
This ain't the first time, too. Since the election, since the...
Lauren, you can ignore it all you want.
I'm not ignoring anything. I think you're.
I get it. AJ's your boy.
I
You know
think
what
you're
Y'all go
doing.
way
I think
back.
you're doing the
you
thing.
knew the nigga when he had
I
hair
think
and
you're.
shit.
I
That-
think
that's
you're.
deep.
I think you're doing the thing that you accuse
deep.
Nobles
You're
of
pulling-
doing
you're
up.
pulling the
You're,
Jay
you're
Nobles
doing
right
the
now.
thing that you
Going
accuse
low
Noble of.
in a
You-
civilized
you're
debate.
doing that
What?
thing
I don't
when he
know
was
that.
when he was talking about Trump and you were like he's refusing to listen to
I do
reason
way
and
better
refusing
job.
to listen to like what we're saying. You're pulling that move and you're not listening to your
learned
people,
from the
your
best.
peers telling you like
You're a
You're-
great podcaster, nigga.
You obviously don't learn from the best. I ain't teach you that shit.
Nah,
I taught you
told me
better.
that,
you're
nigga.
choosing. Yeah.
I
You're
would have got
choosing to
out
make
of
an
that
argument.
shit.
You're choosing to make an argument without trying to just like see where people are coming from.
No, I'm seeing where you're coming from. I haven't ignored
I don't want to
anything
play
you said.
the middle. Both of y'all are right, but you're not. Him saying that he's escaping accountability. Of course, And that the reason he worded it that way is to not put himself in that boat. Granted, he was a part of a small group calling the nigga a fascist.
It's a pretty large group. You know what? That's why I like how Chris is taking it. Chris is on fuck that nigga shit still.
Yep.
No,
I
that's
like
so much
that.
worse.
I love that.
That's so much worse because now
What?
you can't be honest.
He's been honest the whole time. He's been
No,
honest the
you
whole
can't
time.
be honest.
No.
Now,
Chris is being
if-
the most authentic.
If Trump, but literally even in this conversation, like Andrew was bringing up like some good shit that Trump was potentially doing, and Chris couldn't even really acknowledge it because he's still caught up emotionally.
I enjoy that.
That's worse though. I feel like that's worse.
Just switch it up.
Charlamagne can't do that because he's a moderate.
You're just gonna down that hill.
Now he's a moderate because we're out of the political season. Let's see what happens in 4 years. Let's see if anybody calls him to split a check on a political wave.
So you think he was? Is that confirmed? Is
No.
this something we can look up? Was it Charlamagne getting paid?
No, it's not confirmed. This is something that you can't refute. Really,
It's obvious.
it's just something you can say and can't refute.
Hey man,
It's blatant.
Like, but like, what is called?
Go to
Are
the-
you
go
saying
to
that
the-
because of what he's saying, or there's an actual paper trail?
is it under the table?
Yeah, I think all that shit's under the table.
It's nigga.
Niggas are moderate, but didn't.
I believe in Bigfoot, too.
The niggas are moderate, but only represented and supported and like leading the charge on. It's obvious. I don't know what else to say. Can you go to the?
Yeah, just go to an hour and 12 minutes into Brilliant Idiots. I was so happy whenever Chris had told Charlamagne to get off of Trump's dick because that's all he's been doing since Trump got into office. And throughout the whole podcast, he's just riding Trump's dick. Like, he really sounds like a true Trump supporter. And he's trying to call out Democrats. Like, this nigga is not a whole Democrat and been caping for the whole Democratic Party the whole fucking his entire existence. Like, and then he keeps using y'all talking to Democrats. Like,
That's my
nigga,
biggest issue.
you've been caping for that whole party the whole time. I don't understand. Like, he's talking like he's a Republican. He swears he's a moderate, but no, this nigga is a dick eater, boot licking ass nigga. For real. It's fucking crazy.
All right, let's get to it.
It's at 1 hour and 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, he just goes out there, he's a regular, conservative president, and we end up in a recession, fine. We've been there. But as far as the fascism and the likening him to Hitler and the threat to democracy, if he doesn't do all of that, why should we ever believe Democrats ever again, Chris?
What? Get off his dick, man. Jesus.
No, y'all need to get off Democrats.
Come on.
Being on Democrats is what got y'all in this position. Y'all ride Democrats so much that y'all got delusional and lost track of reality and didn't even see motherfuckers like this kicking y'all ass. Y'all thought that this crazy nonsense he was spewing would never connect with people. You know why? Because y'all lost connection with people.
Facts.
All right.
Can we
There's something there though.
Yeah, nah. I feel like
This nigga said
I feel
fascism
like
and a threat
that's
to
just,
democracy.
That's literally what's going on in America. But
Nah, that is crazy. He's literally said
is that
though.
not what's happening in America right now?
But he literally said that. That's kind of funny.
Wait, say what?
He literally said fascism
Yeah, the
and
fascist
threat to democracy
Yeah, he did.
in that order.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Those boots are crazy.
He's smirking while he's saying that. I wonder. I don't know if this is just a whole ploy to buy his book. Is that his new book?
Nah, that's Tamika Mallory.
This is sick.
The wind on her tongue.
Shout to black women.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to snowboard.
Man, I know I looked crazy going in on Charlamagne at the end of last year, but I didn't even have to. This is crazy. He's doing it himself. He looks crazy.
Your political opponents are grifting.
This is crazy.
Hey man, what
Damn,
can
I
you
didn't
do?
even think this is going to turn into a segment, but now I have to make this a segment.
Yeah.
It's too good.
Yeah, put it in there somewhere.
Fuck. That sucks. We were smoking in that segment. Fuck it. It's whatever. On the podcast,